Hello, you're watching the informational program of social movement Change the World Together, CWT News. Briefly about the main and the beginning of the release. Russia, China, India. The international community is in the search for an alternative to the current financial system. Countdown point. The social movement CWT registered in the Ministry of Justice of the Russian Federation. Utopia, romance or future realities. What is a resource-based economy? These and other themes and details further. The existing financial system today is not just imperfect, it is outlived, and the money from the mechanism of the goal achievement turned into an end in itself, paralyzing the will of person and pushing out the socio-cultural motivation. The representatives of many countries such as Russia, China, India, Indonesia, Bangladesh are convinced on this. They have initiated an international social movement, Change the World Together, CWT. About the ideas and goals of the movement CWT is the next report. The international community has rallied around the common sense and the future of their children and grandchildren in the search for alternatives to the existing monetary system. If we put aside the cynicism, greed and vanity, without a look we can see that the world is on the brink of disaster and a valid instrument for the regeneration of the world is needed.
In order to change the world today, we need effective tools. And today we will offer you these effective tools that tomorrow will allow us to change the world. As part of the international movement of CWT, we want to unite millions of people around the world who already understand our ideology, agree with it, took the leadership of the tools that we give, willing to use them and change the world.
Alexei Muratov stressed, today the global financial system is pyramidal, when the so-called elite at the apex of the pyramid is living at the expense of ordinary people. International movement CWT offers a new, modern financial system where everybody has equal rights and opportunities.
Yesterday we opened the website of the international social movement CWT. It works only one day, there is a little more than a dozen accounts. But soon you'll see, there will be millions tomorrow, and in the end, the whole world.
Those who are united today in defense of the environment and the general financial and not only financial literacy, tomorrow will certainly become the members of the international movement CWT. The initiators of the movement are convinced in this, as well as the fact that very soon CWT movement will take its rightful place at the state level around the world. Countdown point. The Russian Ministry of Justice registered the international social movement in support of socio-economic programs Change the World Together, CWT. Specific actions that do not contradict the laws in the framework of which do the representatives of the international CWT live and at the same time are closer to the full realization of the task should be taken. It is necessary to use the opportunities that are available to us today in the framework of the existing system. In this context, cryptocurrency as an alternative to existing controlled money play an important role, according to the representatives of the international movement CWT. While not being completely anonymous, cryptocurrency is not controlled by regulators. In addition, experts now agree that the virtual currency can be the basis of the new financial system and become the main means of payment in our future.
Каменный век закончился не потому, что закончились камни.
The Stone Age has ended not because the stones have ended. Similarly, the oil age is almost over. About 10 years, its remainder will last until the entire infrastructure, electric vehicles will be deployed to the right degree. When I got into the Tesla car for the first time, I realized that the future, unfortunately, came sooner than we expected, as always. We lost the competition, we must be honest. This is technical enslavement. We turned up into the countries that lose. What to do? We must, of course, change all governmental systems. Because if you talk about the future, the key role is played and will be played by state. A key role in this whole process, I don't get tired of talking about it, is education. From kindergartens to universities. The whole model of education must be changed.
A number of the world's largest banks decided to join together to create a new digital currency, according to the Financial Times. The project participants expect that as a result of joint work, a new industry standard for settlement of financial transactions using blockchain technology will be created. Official statements by the bank UBS, Deutsche Bank, Santander and BNY Mellon are expected in the near future. Swiss bank UBS plans to start use the new currency, according to the information, by the beginning of 2018. Ecologists, peacekeepers, inventors. Each of them is providing a huge work to preserve the planet and humanity. The leaders of the international movement CWT offer to unite for a common goal. To become a part of a team, you must register on the site cwt.top and thus become a user of social network and a participant of the international movement Change the World Together. The main elements of the work with the website are next. Go to the cwt.top site. The first page is an informational source. The proposed video films about the economy and the financial situation in the world. Also on site we can get acquainted with the news of Russia, China and India. Find out the international social movements Change the World Together goals and tasks is possible on the ideology page. In this section you can explore the financial system of the 21st century. Learn the features and undeniable advantages of resource-based economy. And on the page World Today, we can see the world through the view of CWT activists. Hear what experts think we may in the Expert Reviews section. In the video, news, educational and informational materials. Contact with representatives of the International Social Movement CWT and to learn what the public media thinks about organization is possible on the About Us section. Official documents such as regulations, certificates, representation provisions you will see in the section Documentation. Get acquainted with the affiliate program is possible after the registration. By clicking Sign Up, you create an account in the social network. Fill in all the fields. At this stage, you can select the type of profile, a member or follower. Check out the terms of service. Click Continue. The page Profile Information opens. For the convenience of the participants, the registration in the International Social Movement CWT is combined with verification. Carefully fill all the fields. Click Save. By adding a photo, passport data and scanned documents, you automatically become a member of the International Social Movement CWT. You have a lot of functions and features in your profile, which will be discussed in materials that are currently being prepared for publication. Today, humanity is increasingly frequently faced with threats that are beyond a single state. Overcrowding, lack of energy, pollution, water shortages, economic catastrophes, the spread of uncontrollable diseases, terrorism and military conflicts. CWT movement offers to work towards becoming a global resource-based economy which will have to be operated but not so much money as many available resources to create the fairest and most efficient means of distribution. A resource-based economy is a system in which all things and services are available without the use of commodity money exchange, money, barter, and others. The term resource-based economy is widespread due to the popularization of futurist Jacques Fresco works in the framework of the Venice Project. According to Fresco, such a system is possible in the case if all natural resources are recognized as the common heritage of all the inhabitants of the planet.
In a resource-based economy, all resources would become the common heritage of all the world's people, and access to the necessities of life would be for all the world's people. There would be no more monetary systems or trade, barter, or any other system of human servitude.
The idea of total deliverance from poverty is not a utopia. This was proved by economists from India and Amartya Sen researchers proved that poverty is not the technical question, but economic, and available resources are fully sufficient for the comfortable existence of all humanity. For the results of these studies, Amartya Sen won the Nobel Prize in Economics.
I can't claim to have thought deeply about this question, But I think diagnosis about what would work, what will not, is quite important, because the world has been full of well-intended organizations. If you think about it, the
Proponents of resource-based economy, and in particular the international movement CWT, emphasizes advances technologies today allow to endure each person.
Today, in one part of the planet is installed from an overabundance of food production into the ground. And in another part of our planet, every day, children die without drinking water, food, and a chance to become Pushkin, Mozart, or Lomonosov. It's not fair.
Experts also point out that the planet's resources and technology is sufficient to produce unlimited amounts of energy according to human standards. All of this can create favorable conditions for the effective development of the social model of the new type. In the new financial model of development, based on a resource-based economy, money as a kind of calculation would be meaningless, supporters say. Everyone can enjoy the high standard of living with all the conveniences of high-tech society. The Eastern wisdom says, who wants to get a different result by continuing to do things the old way? He's fool. A monetary system as well as the economy must be reformed, CWT movement organizers believe. How the cryptocurrency is developed and why you should have been used it yesterday. About this as well as other events we'll talk in the next release. See you in a week.